Okay. All right. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Khushi and today we are gonna be doing one of my favorite videos that I like to do on this channel. It has been a hot second since I've done one of these. We are going to be doing a book haul. I have got a couple of books. I'm going to be showing you all the books I got recently when I went out with my friends. We went to a bookstore, we went to a couple of street stores, side stores, some secondhand places. I have been in India since the beginning of this year and I came here with none of my books. My whole collection is still in London. I miss it dearly. And obviously, it's not like I'm going to stop reading or buying books. I'm also going to be showing you a couple of the books I got over the course of the last few months. Let's roll whatever few clips I have from the shopping moment, and then I'll show you my books. Okay, I'm so excited. I haven't touched them since that day because I've been telling myself that I'll haul it and the excitement will still be fresh and new and you guys get to share in the madness with me. First book I got that day was Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I did read Fourth Wing and you will see my reactions to it. And I decided I needed a physical copy of Iron Flame because I have to know what happens next. And I managed to get it for a really good deal. So I'm very happy to have it. Okay, wait, I'm gonna open the packaging. Hey, look at that. Okay, I'm not gonna lie and tell you the quality of the book is the best in the world. It's not. But it would do. And it's fluffy. The only thing that's gonna bother me now though is the size difference. My Fourth Wing copy is bigger and this is an unusual size. I'm so excited to see what happens next. Wow, the words are a lot tinier than the other copy. Great. So in this, we're going to be following them in their second year of Dragon Rider School of the War School Basgiath, and I am so ready. Then I got myself a book that is pretty shocking to me as well. All of my friends know, I have been saying this since the first time I found out about this book, that I am not going to read it. I'm not going to survive it. It's going to hurt too much. I'm not built for something like that. It makes no sense to me. I'm just not going to do it. And guess who has a copy of A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara now? This edition is from the Picador collection, and as of lately I have been very curious about this book and the way people seem to react to it and the way they emote after they've read it, the things they say, the way they look. I need to know why. Why do they look so broken after? Yes, I have become that person now. It's again a beautifully floppy copy. Just look at it. She literally opens out just like that. Oh, that's like butter. So in A Little Life, we follow four graduates who moved to New York, broke adrift and buoyed only by their friendship and ambition. There is kind, handsome actor Willem, the sardonic painter JB, Malcolm, a frustrated architect, and the brilliant yet enigmatic Jude, who serves as their center of gravity. Over many decades, their complex relationships come to be defined by their respective addictions, successes, and traumas in this immensely powerful novel of love and the limits of human endurance. Every time I think of this book or I see this book, I picture Hannah from A Clockwork Reader's reaction and the way she was crying. And I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. I just want the pain. I just want to torture myself. I'm the biggest crybaby on the planet. So I can't believe I'm asking this, but if you guys want a vlog for this one, just comment or DM me, and I'm not making any promises, but we will see. Then I managed to get a copy of a series that Mel from Mel Reads spoke about a lot. She actually, there were a couple of videos where she was reading this series and she was talking about it so highly and how much she's enjoying it. And I was curious, and ever since then, I've seen it pop up a couple of times in other people's videos and their feeds. And I decided to get myself the Mind series by S.T. Abbey. She was going on and on about it, and the thing that got me most was the situation. A particular situation that she describes happens in one of these 5 books, because yes, this is books 1 through 5, all of them in this chunky boy. Our main character is essentially murdering and going after a bunch of people because of something that happened in her past. And then she ends up meeting or falling in love or getting into a relationship with a guy who's on the complete opposite spectrum of things. I think he works in law enforcement, he's a police officer or something. Essentially, he puts away criminals, and at one point, he is on a case that is related to her. They're after her, but he obviously doesn't know that it's her he's looking for. And I think that's what Mel had said, like that was the situation. Don't quote me on it, but that's what hooked me, and I have been looking for this ever since then. It has not been easy to find. Apparently, you can't get it that easily, especially in some stores, but I'm really happy to have it. I'm really curious, and I would like to know if they will watch them burn together, if love will prevail, or if he's gonna put her away or she's gonna murder him. Fun. I went to a bookstore that I've been meaning to go to for a while now. I didn't go over there with anything particular in mind. I wasn't looking for anything specific. Actually, no, that's a lie. I was looking for Funny Story by Emily Henry, but unfortunately, they had just sold their last copy. It broke my heart. It's a tragedy I live with, but it's fine. It's okay. But while I was there, I remembered watching this reel that spoke about books you should read if you're looking for something similar to what Emily Henry writes. I don't know if they meant it in the romantic sense or in the way she writes characters in general and the topics she brings up in her books. And I saved that reel ages ago and never looked at it ever again. But while I was browsing the shelves in that store, I ended up coming across a title that sounded familiar, which is Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson, and I decided I was gonna take it home with me. One, the cover is beautiful. Don't you agree? I kind of like it. I've been on an orange kick recently, so I love what's happening here. Since I couldn't get Funny Story and I was in an Emily Henry kind of mood, obviously I'm not going to go and looking for something exactly like that, but I read the back, I was convinced. Pineapple Street follows 3 women in an old Brooklyn Heights clan. One who was born with money, one who married into it, and one who wants to give it all away. Darlie, the eldest daughter in the well-connected, carefully guarded Stockton family, has never had to worry about money. She followed her heart, trading her job and her inheritance for motherhood, sacrificing more of herself than she ever intended. Sasha, Dali's new sister-in-law, has come from more humble origins, and her hesitancy about signing a prenup has everyone worried about her intentions. And Georgiana, the baby of the family, is falling in love with someone she can't and really shouldn't have, and must confront the kind of person she wants to be. Pineapple Street is a debut novel full of recognizable, lovable, if fallible characters. It's about the peculiar unknowability of someone else's family, the miles between the haves and have-nots, and the insanity of first love, all wrapped in a story that is a sheer delight. That sounds great. Oh, that sounds so good. I am so sold. I mean, clearly I bought the book, but that sounds exactly like my kind of thing and very much what I'm in the mood for right now. I kinda wanna stop reading what I'm reading right now and start this. Who knows, I might. Then I got a Frederick Backman book. I have only read one book by him and it was probably his shortest ever. It's And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. It was beautiful, it was sad, it made me feel way too much. And then I purchased Anxious People. And I've been meaning to read Anxious People for a while, but I don't have my copy with me right now. It's in literally a whole different country. So I just happened to be in a bookstore one day and I saw they had a couple of Bachman books and I decided to pick one up. I decided to get Brit Marie Was Here. One, because for some reason the cover calls out to me. Don't ask me why. And two, just because of this paragraph. At first sight, Brit Marie is a fussy, passive-aggressive busybody. But hidden inside her is a woman who has bigger dreams and a warmer heart than anyone around her imagines. I believe it's about her trying to find herself in this small town filled with other big-hearted misfits and weirdos, and she's trying to find a place where she truly belongs. And that just sounds like my kind of thing. It sounds heartwarming, it sounds sweet, it sounds like joy. This next one is by an author whose work I haven't tried yet. This is The Never Tilting World by Rin Chapeko, who's also the author of The Bone Witch, if that helps any of you guys, if that's a decent reference. I haven't read that one either. And the thing that got to me is what's written in the front here and the quote in the back. A demoness is what they call a goddess that men cannot control. Woo! In the front, I'm really drawn to stories about siblings, especially two sisters. And it says over here, 2 sisters broke the world, 2 sisters will save it. And I got a really good deal for it, so why wouldn't I? Remarkable in beauty and fearsome in power, generations of twin goddesses have long ruled Aeon, until 17 years ago when one sister's betrayal defied an ancient prophecy and split their world in two. Now a great abyss divides the planet, one side cloaked in perpetual night, the other side scorched beneath an unrelenting sun. Each goddess has raised a daughter, and each goddess keeps her own secrets about the past. But when spectral forces summon those daughters to the site of the breaking, the 2 young goddesses, along with a powerful healer from Arinth and a mouthy desert scavenger, set out on separate journeys across treacherous wastelands, desperate to heal their broken world, no matter the sacrifice it demands. An adventure! Healing families! I like it. I cannot wait. The next book again is from Rebecca Yarros, The Things We Leave Unfinished. I did not know that Rebecca Yarros wrote stories like this before her Fourth Wing stardom. I don't know, for some reason I just thought it was her debut, even though I know Fourth Wing wasn't a debut. Just don't ask me how that makes sense in my head. But I was surprised to see this at a secondhand store and I thought, why not? And also because something about the back of it was giving me beach read vibes, and if you know, you know. Beach read is one of my favorite books. I think it's because you follow writers in this one as well, and the main character once again is having to go away from her normal life and be somewhere else and start off somewhere else. It sounds a little bit similar in that way, but in this story, we follow dual timelines. Our main character, Georgia, has just had a divorce and it's taken everything away from her, and she sort of relocates and goes to stay in her great-grandmother's estate in Colorado. There, she finds herself face to face with Noah Harrison, who is at the pinnacle of his career. He's having book deals and movie deals and he's doing great in life. When she meets him, she finds him to be just as arrogant in person as in interviews, and she'll be damned if the good-looking writer of love stories thinks he's the one to finish her grandmother's final novel, even if the publishers think he's the perfect fit. So essentially, Noah's at the top of his career, he's doing great in life, and it just happens to be that his role model, his idol, is Georgia's grandmother. She passed away before she finished her final manuscript, and everybody thinks he should be the one to finish it. Georgia absolutely will have none of that. As they are embarking on this whole thing together, they end up reading the manuscript and also end up finding a couple of letters that her grandmother had written. They find out the actual reason why the manuscript was never finished, and it was because it was based on her grandmother's real-life love story set during World War II, and it did not have a happy ending. That's all I know, and that's more than enough for me. It's giving me good vibes, good books. Yeah, then we this book is very special to me, and I am so happy I finally have it. The first time I heard of this book was because of Ali from Alice in Pages. She was talking about it in one of her vlogs and reviewing it and talking about how much she's enjoying it. And it's just the premise, it's so good. So it's set in a rural village in India, and we follow Geeta, whose husband sort of up and vanished a couple years ago, like literally left her. He walked out and never came back. And rumors started to spread because, of course, people talk. And the rumor that everyone settled on is that she killed her husband, and that rumor refused to die. It refused to go away. And Geeta was just like, you know what, I'm going to let people believe it. Because apparently, and it says over here, being known as a self-made widow comes with some perks. No one messes with Geeta, harasses her, or tries to control him, marry her. It's even been good for business. No one dares to not buy her jewelry. Freedom must look good on Geeta because now other women are asking for her expertise, making her an unwitting consultant for husband disposal, and not all of them are asking nicely. I think my favorite part of this whole thing is just her saying, making her an unwitting consultant for husband disposal. Yeah, what happens next will set in motion a chain of events that will change everything, not just for Geeta, but for all the women in the village. I'm so ready for this. Apparently, this is a debut, seems to have done really well for itself. It's gonna be comedy, and I'm also going to understand the cultural nods and references, so that makes me more excited. I cannot wait. This is gonna be so much fun. Next is my first book from a really popular author that for some reason I still haven't read anything by. It will be The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. I can hear it. I can hear some of you shaming me in your heads for not having read anything else by Leigh Bardugo yet. And yes, I agree with you. I'm shaming myself too. But you know, it had to be done. I had to start at some point. And there was a new release. So why wouldn't I? The Familiar sounds so interesting. It's set in the Spanish Golden Age in Madrid, and our main character, Lucia Cotado, uses scraps of magic to get through her days of endless toil. But then her mistress discovers that she is using magic like this and forces her to use that magic to win over the favor of the royal court. Now, Lucia is determined to use this chance to make a better future for herself, and she plunges into the world of nobility and power-hungry people and politicking, and she essentially has to use every bit of her intelligence and wit to win fame, but also to hide her actual ancestry. So to help her with all of this, she enlists the help of an immortal familiar, which turns out can be a pretty dangerous move because this familiar might have secrets that could cost her everything. And that's where we're at. I'm so excited. Look at that cover. Look at it. Are you look at it. Are you looking at it? Do you understand why I decided to get it as soon as I saw it? The final book that we have in this haul is a book by an author whose work I have loved in the past. Absolutely loved. And I'm so excited and terrified because of that. I do not by any chance want to dislike this book. I want to love it. I want to love it as much as I loved the previous books by this author. This is A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen. If you're fairly new to the channel or haven't watched those videos before, Daniel L. Jensen's series, The Bridge Kingdom, was one of my top books/series of last year. Actually, I say series, but I care more about the first two books, the first duology. I'm really curious to see what Daniel Jensen's gonna do with a different setting, because this is going to be set in a very different world than the one in Bridge Kingdom. We basically have a Norse mythology inspired fantasy romance. Like, this is what it says at the back. A woman blessed by the gods battles to unite a nation under a power-hungry king while fighting her growing desire for his fiery son in this Norse-inspired fantasy romance. I speak about this book in my 24 books to read in 2024, but very quickly, I believe in the beginning of the story, our main character is in an unhappy marriage, and then her husband betrays her, which puts her in a situation that forces her to reveal that she has some rare magic which is connected to a prophecy. So the king, being power hungry and all, decides to keep her close by and assigns his son, the prince, to guard her. Technically, that's the gist of it. Obviously, there are a few more details and complexities that highlights the stakes and elevates the story a bit, but I am so... Okay, that's weird. I'm sorry, you can't call yourself a bookworm and not smell the books. Either I will be raving about this book or I will be crying in a corner because it did not live up to my expectations. Sorry, did you say control your expectations a little bit so that you're not too disappointed? I've tried. Doesn't work. Ooh, Saga of the Unfated, book 1. It just excites me more, I don't know why. And that is our book haul for this video. Until the next one, my friends. But those are the books I wanted to share with you guys, tell you why I'm excited, the things I'm looking forward to. I definitely have a good stack to look forward to for my next couple of reads. It's gonna be great. If you have stayed this far into the video, then you are absolute stars. I thank you so much. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for caring. I really appreciate your existence in general, but also your existence in this community. Speaking of my shameless plug, if you like these sort of videos, if you like content like this, maybe consider subscribing and joining the family. You might have a good time. I would like to believe so. I'm excited for future further videos. Oh my god. The next couple of videos I'm planning to film, I'm really excited for them. But yes, okay, I don't know what that was. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are ahead. I am going to let you go now. I'm gonna say stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. And I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye!